Hello everyone, so today I want to do a really quick video over kind of the basics as far as contouring and highlighting goes, because I know that is kind of an area that a lot of people, especially if you're new to makeup, can be uncomfortable because it's confusing and it's really easy to mess up. You can make yourself look kind of muddy and dirty if you use the wrong colors, if you use too much. So yeah, I'm just going to go over some of the basics. I'll try to show you a little bit on my own face, but because of this lighting, I'm very washed out, so I don't know if you'll be able to tell unless I put a lot on. And I have to go to work after this, so I don't want to show up looking too crazy. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get straight into it. So the purpose of contouring and highlighting is basically to slim down your face in areas that you want to look smaller and brighten up and pick up and lift up sort of areas that you want to appear more raised or noticeable, or areas that hit the light. So those are the two basic rules. But a lot of people, what they don't really know is that the way you contour your face really depends on the shape of your face, because your shape face can really like influence what will look good on you or not, as far as where you place the highlighter and the bronzer. So there's a lot of different face shapes. Some of the more common ones are oval or heart or circle, square, rectangle, whatever, and it all refers to the way your face looks, where your hairline is, things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and list off a couple. I'm also going to post a link down below to a really great quiz I found as far as finding out what your face shape is, as well as another contouring and highlighting video that is really in-depth and should probably help you out a lot. So yeah, so my face shape, as you can probably tell, I have a large forehead and a relatively small like jawline, I guess. So my face kind of goes like this. I'm not exactly sure what face shape mine would be, but it's probably something close to a heart because I also have a little bit of a widow's peak right here. But yeah, so basically all that means is when I contour or highlight, I want to contour a lot of my forehead to make this area look smaller. And what contouring does is, since you're using a darker shade, like this is a contour shade I use, and this is 06 Medium Tan by Milani, and it looks like this. And it's really pretty and it's matte, and I really like it for contouring because it doesn't like show up very orange on me. Other contouring shades kind of pick up pigments in my skin or undertones in my skin that make it look very orange and unnatural, so that's why I like to use that one. I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so basically what it does is it kind of creates a shadow looking effect on parts of your face that you want to look slimmer. So naturally it makes the unshadowed area appear more prominent and brighter. So, and that's where you usually want to put highlighters. Now, as far as highlighters, there's a bunch of different kinds. You can use anything from a matte, sort of just white shade to brighten it up, or you can use anything with shimmer. Since my skin is oily, I tend to steer away from anything with too much shimmer because my skin naturally has kind of a dewy look to it. However, I do like to put some shimmer where I don't tend to get oily, because I usually only get oily in my T-zone, so I'll sometimes put a little bit of shimmer right on top of my cheekbones if I feel like it. Other than that, I don't really use very much shimmer. I use like more of a matte toned highlighter, I guess. So as far as highlighting goes, you want to highlight the high points of your face. So that's kind of anywhere here. A lot of people, when they apply any concealer or highlighter under their eyes, you put it in kind of a upside down triangle. So you highlight this area right here, and then you also want to highlight anything on top of your cheekbones, under your eyebrows, on your inner corner, and a lot of times people will highlight kind of the center of their forehead, on top of their cupid's bow, and if you have a less defined chin, you can also put a little bit right here. And that'll just kind of reflect light and make that area look very bright and pretty. So yeah, I'm going to show you a little bit of contouring. Like I said before, I'm not sure if it's going to show up very well on camera, but just so you get kind of a general idea. So this is just using my Milani powder that I just showed you guys, and this is just a kind of angled brush that I picked up from a drugstore. And I'm just going to put a very little bit on my brush. And although how you contour your face depends on your face shape, there are some general rules that you kind of want to stick to. A very kind of basic rule for the average face shape, I guess, is doing a 3. So you start up here along your hairline, and then you bring it down into the hollows of your cheek. And the best way to find the hollows of your cheek is to kind of do like a fish face or a fish face or a duck face. So like And then you want to put here because that'll be like under your cheekbone. So, and then you also want to make sure you get underneath your jawline because that'll slim down that area. And you also want to make sure that you drag it down onto your neck a little so there's not a very harsh line going from where you've contoured down to your neck because that'll look very unnatural. Another place to highlight or contour, well, and highlight, is your nose. So a lot of people, I feel like, are very insecure about their nose, and highlighting and contouring is a really great way to kind of slim it down or make it look more raised if you have a flat nose or anything like that without any sort of surgery, anything like that, and it's a great way to feel more confident in yourself. So that also kind of depends on the type of your nose. So if you have a more flat nose, you want to make it look raised by contouring with two kind of close together lines to make it look more slim and raised. And you can also highlight down the center of your nose to also make it look more raised and defined. If you have a more like skinny nose, you obviously don't want to make skinny lines because you want it to look a little more broad and wider, so you would put your lines farther apart. And like I said before, all it's doing is creating a shadow to cast an illusion of having a different shaped nose than you really do. Another great way to make it look more natural is to match the color of your contour with the color that you defined your crease with. And you can even like connect the lines down here so it all looks like it's kind of connected and very blended and natural looking. And speaking of blending, that's also something you really want to do. You don't want any harsh lines anywhere on your face because that's like a dead giveaway that there's contouring going on. I mean, I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing, but you always want to make it look as natural as possible. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to just tap my brush in this because you don't want too much. It's always best to start out with less and build it up if you want more. So I'm just going to start out right here. And you always want to make sure you blend it into your hairline so that it's not like there's not like a gap of normal colored skin and then the contour part. So I'm going to focus that here and I'm going to bring it down my temple and I'm just going to bring it under my jawline. And contouring in the hollows of your cheeks will make your cheekbones look raised and higher and really pretty. Okay, so this side of my face is contoured and this side is less lightly contoured. I'm going to show you how I do my nose really quick and then I'm going to move on to highlighting because this video is already getting kind of long. So I'm going to use the same shade here for camera purposes. If you want it to look a little bit more natural and kind of like help eliminate the risk of looking muddy, I would recommend using a lighter tone just so it's not too defined. But what you want to do is just kind of take like a brush, any kind of brush will work that's kind of like fluffy or whatever, and get a little bit on, and you want to draw a line to however you want your nose. So my nose is kind of bigger at the bottom and then it goes in and then it gets big and then it goes in. So it's kind of like a weird shape, I guess. So I'm just going to try to concentrate on giving it a straight line all the way down. And I'm also going to blend that into my crease a little bit. Okay, so as you can kind of tell, this side looks a little bit different than this side. And then what you would want to do here is blend it out. You can use a brush or your finger or anything like that. I'm just going to use this brush really quick. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if you can see the difference really well, but it's probably easier in pictures or with different lighting. But like I said before, I'm going to link that other video below because it's really, really informative and helpful. So, yeah, that's basically it as far as my contouring and highlighting video goes. If you guys have any more questions or want a better tutorial, I guess, where I really like show you how I do my entire face makeup, comment below and let me know because I would like to know what you guys think. Or any other kind of requests. I don't know if like a hair routine or a hair tutorial or more makeup tutorials or just whatever. But yeah, so comment below, let me know, like, comment, subscribe, anything like that. Thanks so much for watching and hopefully I'll see you guys later. Bye everyone.